Well, it's quitting time. They wanted me to stay a little bit late and push a little bit more, so went ahead and did that. Also figured give y'all guys a little walk around of this new machine. This isn't the one that the company has purchased. It's rented for the time being until the one that has been purchased arrives. Maybe it's because it's the only one they had available, but I really don't see any use for a wide pad dozer on rock. But like I said, it's not going to be around for too much longer. Put about 5 hours on it for its first day at work, and it's the first Komatsu dozer I've ever operated, and it's not too terribly bad. One thing I do not like about it is even when you've got maybe a half loaded blade and you need to just make a gradual turn, this machine won't let you do it. It will just sit there and let one side of the tracks just spin, and that's not good. So that's one gripe I have about the Komatsu dozer. Another thing that just kind of puzzles me is, maybe somebody can answer this for me, but I do not understand why they decided to make this weird looking shape to the blade. I think, just because I don't know enough about this brand of dozer, but I think the amount of material you can push has been greatly reduced by adding more steel and concave angles and whatnot to this blade. But like I said, I'm not real familiar with these machines, so maybe somebody can answer that for me. Because I think if this were like a blade of a D7, you'd be able to hold a lot more material in this blade. But again, that's just my observation and my unexpert opinion. Blade responds nice. It's nice and tight, and the ripper responds very, very well. Only real gripe I really have with this is the shank design, or the way the teeth are. I think the teeth could be pointed a little bit more towards the tractor. Instead of being like this, should be more like this to allow better penetration into the ground. Again, that's just my observation. Overall, it's not a bad machine. It's very quiet inside the cab. The engine's real quiet, even outside the cab. So, I mean, there's going to still be some more stuff I'm going to be finding out about this machine as I get more seat time in it. Overall, so far, I'm fairly impressed with it, for it being a standard drive dozer. And also, while I'm here, we had a second rock truck brought in not too long ago. It's got a self-lubricating grease system on it, as does that one, which is really, really nice. I guess it must be Christmas on this job, because this job's getting all the new toys. But enough of that. I'll show y'all what I was doing for all the rest of the afternoon. That big bastard has been chewing up this rock. about 2 feet at a time in depth. And as you can see, this is what I've pretty much been doing all afternoon, is getting all the milled material piled up where it can get hauled away and clearing it down to the next layer of rock. I've still got quite a bit of material to push for tomorrow and for the next foreseeable future. But all that material's got to get hauled away and used, whatever, as does this. So that's what's going on. Maybe I'll give you all an update later on in the week, or maybe next week. Hopefully sooner rather than later for some of y'all.